Don't make these mistakes when traveling to Jasper National Park that could cost you time, money, and cause you to potentially miss out on your must-do experiences. Here are my top tips you should know before visiting Jasper National Park, starting with how many days you need. I recommend everyone stay in Jasper at least 3 nights, if not longer. This will allow you to enjoy all the sights, go on some adventures, but still have some downtime and time to relax and enjoy the fresh mountain air and scenery. If you're making the trip from Banff, you could still see a lot in 2 days, and if you only have time for one overnight, it's still worth it. You want to be somewhat flexible with your itinerary. If you have lots of adventuring planned, between the weather, the altitude, and the driving, you might find yourself needing some rest time. To make the most of a quick trip, I have the perfect 3-day itinerary that you can find on my travel blog. It will take you to mountain summits, turquoise waters, gigantic glaciers, and roaring waterfalls. Chances are you're going to be road tripping through Jasper and the Icefields Parkway. I highly recommend downloading the Gypsy Guide, which is now called Guide Along. It's an audio tour guide app that shares stories, tips, points of interest, and recommended places to visit. And it's all automatically triggered by GPS, so you can go at your own pace. It's basically all the benefits of a guided tour, but the freedom to drive yourself. All you do is just download the tour and it works offline, so you don't need Wi-Fi. And speaking of driving, a lot of the sightseeing stops and attractions are spread out in Jasper, so plan to do a lot of driving. But it is worth it, and pretty much anywhere you drive is so beautiful. For example, the drive to the Miette Hot Springs is about 20 minutes on a winding, twisting road. Something to keep in mind if you or any of your travel companions are prone to getting carsick. Cell service can be hit or miss once you're a little outside of town. If you're planning to do some hiking, be sure to have your trails planned out and maybe download your Google Maps to view it offline. Now let's talk about accommodations. Book your hotel or campground as early as you can. Jasper fills up during the summer season, especially on weekends. But don't worry if you haven't booked anything ahead. Since many people use Booking.com or Expedia, those sites have pretty flexible cancellation periods, so you might get lucky booking something last minute. Also, if you do stay in a hotel somewhere downtown, lots of them are close to the train tracks, and Jasper is very busy with trains. So if you're a light sleeper, ask for a room at the back of the hotel, or look for a hotel further from the train tracks. Speaking of trains, Wednesdays and Saturdays are when the passenger trains roll into town. So those are usually the busiest days in town, especially when looking for accommodations. So plan accordingly. Fun fact, the Athabasca Hotel is the oldest hotel in Jasper, and their pub is known for having the coldest beer on tap. And campgrounds are world class here in Jasper, but they also get booked up ahead of time. You'll have to visit the Parks Canada website to book a campsite. And reservations usually open in March. Some campsites are still first come, first serve if you haven't booked anything yet. Jasper is also home to some of the most charming cabin rentals in the Canadian Rockies. I believe there's over 400 different cabins that you can rent here. And this is truly one of the best ways to get the full quintessential mountain experience. We recently stayed in 2 different cabins at the Takara Lodge and the Miette Hot Springs bungalows. I loved each of them for different reasons, and I made a full video that goes into detail about it here. Jasper itself is very pet-friendly, with many accommodations that do have pet-friendly rooms, but again, these do get booked up well ahead of time, so definitely book a pet-friendly room as early as possible if that's what you need. Accommodations aren't cheap, but it's definitely less expensive to stay in Jasper compared to Banff. If you cannot find anything in Jasper, another option would be staying in the community of Hinton, which is about 45 minutes from Jasper. If you don't mind the drive, you can save some money this way, plus the drive is beautiful. When it comes to weather in Jasper, it can be occasionally unpredictable and can vary between the valleys and the mountain peaks. You should be flexible with your itinerary, so if you have any must-dos, things you want to see, try to do them when the weather is good, just in case it's not so good the next day. As far as what to pack, bring warm clothes, especially ones that you can layer up. Even if you're visiting in the height of summer, visiting the glaciers, the ice fields, and mountain summits can still be very cold. In the summer, I always pack shorts, warm leggings, long sleeve shirts, light sweaters, and a light jacket. For instance, on the same trip to Jasper, one day I needed leggings, a light sweater, and a jacket, and the next day I wore shorts and a tank top, and we were swimming in the lakes. Also, bring sunglasses. If you're going to be visiting the glacier, it gets so bright. Even if it's a cloudy day, the glacier snow is so bright and reflective. It does cost money to enter and stay in Jasper National Park. It's about $20 a day per vehicle, or you can purchase a park pass, which is unlimited entry for 1 year, and this is to all national parks in Canada. I do talk more in depth about this in my video all about tips for visiting Banff National Park, as well as some other tips for the Canadian Rockies as well, so that video is linked here. Jasper is a 4-season playground, but many attractions are seasonal. Places like the Jasper Sky Tram, Glacier Skywalk, Moline Lake Cruise, and Miette Hot Springs are only open in the summer, and this is from May to early October. Usually everything closes down around the Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. Additionally, some roads to get to certain trailheads for hiking aren't open until June. So be aware of road closures. Some are due to weather, others are due to wildlife corridors or calving season. You'll want to check the Parks Canada website for all the details. Here's a little bonus tip. If you're visiting in the shoulder season or you're finding some attractions aren't open, you can buy a day pass to the pool area at the Fairmont Jasper Park Lodge, which has a heated pool and a hot tub. While a lot of the seasonal attractions in the summer are paid attractions, Jasper also has a ton of free things to do. You can see a lot of this beautiful national park without paying for anything. There are hundreds of hikes to choose from. You can see glaciers, waterfalls, and swim in some crystal clear lakes, all for free. Even roaming around the cute town site is a great way to spend an afternoon. And the Jasper Visitor Information Center is a great place to get ideas about other low-cost things to do. Since hiking is one of the most popular activities here, I just wanted to add a note in about the fact that many popular trailheads do have dry pit toilets, but I do recommend bringing your own toilet paper with you if you need to go on the trail. But make sure you pack everything out that you brought with you and dispose of your garbage when it's available. Also, bring water as there are no fountains available on the trailheads. I hope this video has helped you plan your trip to Jasper National Park. Let me know in the comments if you have other must-know travel tips for other travelers visiting Jasper. And feel free to check out my travel blog, which has lots of articles about things to do, where to stay, and other travel tips about visiting Jasper National Park. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.